Okay, so let's start. Okay, okay. So this is the new, new. Okay, let's say we go to Google form.google.com, or you can go directly to drive.google.com. So there are two ways for us to activate the Google form. Okay, the first one is using form.google.com or drive.google.com. So if you go to drive.google.com, you can always go to the new button here, right? To the new button here, you click new button, okay, and then click more and Google Form. Okay. Okay, so let's start with let's say for example, okay, so we're going to create two type of question, right? So several type of questions, sorry. Okay, the first question may be using uh, multiple choice and checkbox also or drop box, and also, and then we are going to have a look how can we create a short answer question and also the paragraph question. So this question you can have your rubric for the answer, the rubric, and also for this one you can directly put the correct answer for your quizzes. Okay, so let's start with the first question. The first quiz. So on your left, on the top left of your form is the title of the quiz, or the title of your assessment, right? I put it quiz one. So this is the title of the quiz. Okay, normally what we need to do if you are using the Google form, okay, we can always have the student email address first, right? So what I did is I asked them to give their email address. So the first question, most likely I'm going to have, okay, what you can do, okay, this is the question. We can always, on the right hand side, we can always change the question format, the question type. Sorry. So the first one is going to be short answer, right? Email address. So this is what I call it Google machine learning capability. So when you put the title of the question as email address, and can you have a look at the bottom down here? Okay, the suggestion enable email collection setting. So automatically, Google Form will identify the first question as question. So you can click this one, and automatically it require the participant or the student to key in email address, right? The DB. So we have one question over here. Require or do they need to have email or better to use? It depends. It depends the lecturer. You can ask them to put UEM email address or Gmail email address, because they can always get the report through the email. Right? We have, okay, it depends on the how you design the question. Should be okay to put it at the end, or you going to put it the first section of your quizzes. Okay, can do is to put their name. Okay, name. I just what I did is, okay, if this you want to put is compulsory item, so what you can do, or you can put another question as an add question, right? So the second question is the student name. Student name. Okay. So short answer. Okay. Here, what you can do if you want to ask the student to put their name is to make, you need to make sure that you tick this one required. So means that this question is compulsory. The student need to answer the question. The student need to put their name compulsory section. Okay, so next is, what we can do is we can message number. Right, so the student message number. If I go too fast, just inform me so I can repeat it again. Okay, this one will be student message number. Okay. Okay. So student message number. The student message number also compulsory require question, right? Okay. And we know our student message number is a number, right? It's a number. What we can do is, okay, this three dot here, the three dot here, what you can do, you can click the three dot here. Okay. This fiction, or you can click the response validation. Click the response validation. Right. So what response validation did is, you can always verify the question. Let's say, for example, you want to make sure that the message number only consists a number. So you can do click number, right? Greater than maybe 0. So the custom error tag that if the student put, let's say for example, alphabet, alright. So the Google form will inform within the form the student got a wrong answer. Please put your greater than 0. Okay, question. Okay, done. Any question for these three things, three type of question. So the first one, the second one, the third one is normally for ID, for identification of student, right? Okay. So can I proceed? What is this? Okay, so next question. Okay, let's try to have at least one multiple choice question. Then we try to have true false question, and maybe we have another one is about a question. We put a picture, and then of the diagram or the figure, and you put some question related to the diagram. Okay. Right. So let's start with the second one. Okay, the next will be our question. Let's say for example, if you still remember, I mentioned about the intelligence within the Google form. Okay, let's try to put one question. What we can do is we can also ask question. What is the capital city of suppose there will be a suggestion here Kuala Lumpur, right? And then we can have several choices from this question. Tapi dia tak ada sini. Okay. Capital city of actually put Kuala Lumpur. Right? You can put another option is Bangkok. Put another one is right. we didn't choose any correct answer for each of the question yet because this is still in the format of Google Form. Right? Because this is format of Google Form.
So Izwan,
Yeah.
kita boleh copy tu daripada Word baru masuk situ tak?
Copy
Untuk
directly.
answer tu kita boleh copy daripada Word yang program masuk kat situ, boleh masuk tak?
Directly tak boleh lah. Indirectly you can do that.
Okay. Maksudnya kita kena type semua dulu lah. Kalau kita type dalam Word, lepas tu kita nak pindah masuk ke sini, tak boleh kan?
Tak boleh.
Okay.
But you can do this. But okay. So this is an alternative compared to, because we have our UEM learning. Alright, so you can do that. Use the UEM learning quiz. You can have your question bank. But let's say, for example, because we're introducing the Google Form quiz because let's say, for example, you send your student because based on Dr. Shaharanee presentation, Prof. Dr. Fauzan's presentation, we need to understand our learner. So let's say, for example, they have a very remote access or they have a very low bandwidth access to the computer. So they cannot access our OL. So what you can do is, instead of asking them to answer quizzes through our online learning, you can always give the link from this Google form, put it into your WhatsApp group or your Telegram group, and ask them to directly answer the quizzes. So that one possibility to do if they got a problem in accessing our UM online learning. Okay, so this is let's say an alternative for the student to do assessment if they cannot access our UM online learning. Yeah, but we understand there are many more. Not only the Google form, but we have another, let's say, for example, Mentimeter, Socrative, quiz board, and many more. Okay, but today we are going to discuss about Google form quiz. Okay. Okay, so this is the multiple choice question. I didn't click any of the quizzes function yet. We just utilizing the Google form. Okay, let's say, for example, now we want to so let's say which answer is the correct answer. So what you can do is, okay, at the top of your Google form, on your right hand side, right? So we have add-on, customize theme, preview, and then the settings. Can we click the setting? Can we click the setting? Can you click the setting button? The setting, this machine, this symbol, the setting button. If you click this one, alright, so you have the general, presentation, and quizzes. Okay, in order to make this Google form to quizzes, what you need to do is click quizzes. Okay, make this a quiz. Assign point value to question and allow auto grading. So this will help you to do the auto grading. I click this one. Okay, this is the current version. So we don't have any point value for each of the question. Right? And also we cannot select the correct answer for the question. So but if we change it to quizzes, right? I put it quizzes, right? Make this a quiz, right? And you have the quiz option. Release immediately after each submission or later after manual review. So means that if you click this button, once the student submit the question, submit the form, automatically they will get the result. Right? Okay. Can I go to after this? Okay. Let's say for example you have a question that require intervention or you need to check, weighting it manually. Let's say for example you have a short form question. The student write a short answer, a short type of answer, a short paragraph answer. Google cannot understand the essay grading. Google cannot do the essay grading. So what you can do, you can manually review it and give mark to the question. So you can click this one later after manual review. So means that the student won't got the student cannot get the result yet until you release their mark. Okay, you can click this one later after manual review. Respondent can see missed question, yes. Correct answer, yes. And point value for each of the question. So we try to do this one. Right? Okay. Can I proceed to the next? Okay, the question. Is it possible to receive a number of attempt by student? Yeah, you can do that. Okay. You can go to the general button, the general tab. This is the tab, general tab, presentation tab, and quizzes tab. So go to general tab. Limit to one response per email. You can control the student by email address only. Right? You can control if, let's say for example, I have 2 email address, answer it twice, and then the task for the lecturer to identify which student, if you have the duplicate answer. So you need to, you can it's quite difficult to control that, but you can control based on the email address. Okay. Is the Google form safe? It's quite difficult to answer the question about the private. Okay, what you can do is you can only share the question to the group of your to your student using the group, using, let's say for example you have your WhatsApp group or your Telegram group. So that's only the way you can control the privacy of your so if we don't tick here, respondent can edit the submission. We no need to do this one. See summary chart and type responses. No need to do this one because we don't want our students to edit the answer after they submit the question. Okay, and then presentation. Okay, this tab will help you to to show this. Let's say for example, sometimes if we have too many questions, a lot of questions, and we have many sections. The many sections, for example, the first section to the second section to the third section, we can have some sort of progress bar. So that they know that how many percent you already completed the question, the quiz, for example. So this one. But if you only have, let's say for example, only 2 or 3 questions, I don't think you can, this not too significant to put this show progress bar. But you can always pick this one, no problem. Shuffle question order. If you want to show question order, let's say for example, you want to ensure that your student not copying another answer, but I think there should be no problem here because all the students are staying in different places. Right? So they have different places. So I don't think we just put show progress bar and I think it's safe. So what happened now? We don't have the total point, right? previously we don't have the total point. So now we have, okay, let's say for example, initially what is the capital city of Malaysia? We don't have the answer key, right? We don't have the answer key. Now because of we already tick the quizzes function in Google, so we have this function, the answer key. So what you need to do next is to click the answer key, right, and click the correct answer. The city of Malaysia is Kuala Lumpur. How many marks for the question? 2 marks, right? For example. Okay. Do I need to repeat it again or okay?
Repeat. Repeat again.
Repeat again. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, repeat again. Huh? Okay, repeat again. Okay, let's say for example, I delete this question. Okay, I delete first the question. I delete this one. Click done, and I don't want to. Okay, now I have only 3 email address, student number, student name, and student message number. I want to okay, I click the plus symbol and question. Right? What is the required question? The answer key is and the mark is 2. Okay. Okay. This is the new function, the additional function. Sorry. Okay. This is the additional function that by the Google. You can always add answer feedback. So means that you can always do some reflection to each of the question. I click add answer feedback. The right answer is, what you can do is you can always add. I want to add a video of Kuala Lumpur. Right? I can click the YouTube symbol here. Okay, and Kuala Lumpur. Okay, so okay, I click this one. So, right. So this is this is my feedback. So once the student answer the question, so they can always have a look at the Kuala Lumpur video. So they can always understand Kuala Lumpur is the capital city of Malaysia. Click. Right. So currently the student cannot see this one yet, but later once they complete the assessment, complete the quiz, they can always have a look at the video. Right. Itu mark for this question. Okay. Now let's say for example we want to create any question. Within that question you have a picture, a figure, and then for that figure you have subsection or sub question for that figure, right? Okay. So what you can do, okay, let's say, so this is the first question. Okay, the second question is about we want to create a new section. So the section is question number 1. So maybe this question number 1. What is the capital city of Malaysia? The question number 2, we want to put it in section. So what you can do is this one, this button. Add section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Add section. Okay. Add section. Okay, this one already complete. So the marks, sorry, the email address, student number, student message number, we are not going to put any marks for here because this is a ID for each of the student. Right. So next is we want to put a section, add section. Add section, question. So when you put section for question number 2, okay, here you can have the image. I click the image button, and then I go to my desktop. Okay, I go to my desktop, and then over the name of the browse. I go to my desktop and put table 1, and then so this is my question, table 1. The title image or the description of the table, because this is the example of calculating to do pre-processing in data mining subject. So the question is, I need to change question. Saya cari soalan. Okay, you can always try to search your own question. So this is my question. Okay, to add section, you can just click this one, add section. I'm opening my list of questions. Right. So here, this one, and the title image is okay. Table 1 exhibit a clinical data set recorded for cancer. In order to analyze the data, you require to apply pre-processing to ensure the task to ensure only clean and proper data utilized for data mining processing. Okay, this is the description for the table, right? So this is the description for my table. Right? You are breaking up. Okay, this is the description for my table. Right? And then for this diagram, for this picture, I want to add question. So what I need to do is this button, add question. And the first question is, I copied it from my Word file. So variable sex and class consist of several missing value annotated with question mark symbol. Describe how to handle the missing value. It needs to be in JPEG. The diagram should be in JPG. The diagram should be JPEG diagram. Okay, so this is my first question for question number 2. This is 2A. Okay, so this will be, okay, Google automatically define this as a long answer text, but I want to put it as short answer. Right? And then this will have 2 marks. Okay, I click answer key and put it as 2 marks. Okay, correct answer. Okay, because this answer require discussion from the student, right? Discussion from the student, and also the lecturer will we need to check it manually, right? So we just ignore it without, we don't put any correct answer here. Or you can also put the correct answer, but because later on this mark won't be given to the student because we already tick release do not release the mark immediately. So maybe you can put your correct answer here as for your rubric. So this one. Maybe how to handle missing value, remove missing data. Right. Another one is supply predict the missing data. Okay, missing data. So this is the rubric, the answer schema for the question. Okay. Maybe this is possible answer for the question, but because we already still remember here later after manual review. So means that once the student submit the question, they won't get the result until you review every answer of your student. And maybe 2 marks, right? Okay. Answer 2. Okay, can I proceed to the next one? Because we're going to have 2 questions for this picture. Right? We have 2 questions for this picture. Okay, the next is I add another question related to this picture. Right. So second question is here. As the number of variable is big, we want to do min-max normalization for the age value of 37. Okay. Calculate the normalized value for age 37 years old. So we want to determine what will be the normalized value for 37 years old. The value using the min-max normalization. Okay. Automatically it will be in multiple choice because Google form will automatically will help you to identify the type of the question, but we can always change. Maybe this one we want to put it as short answer, right? And the value should be number, right? Jawapan dia kena ada number ni. This one should be a number. So what you can do, sorry, I missed this one. We put require because compulsory. And also we can put require question, right? And then click the 3 dot. Okay, click the 3 dot. Right? And then and then you can put response validation. Response validation, the number is greater than 0. Because the answer should be between 0 or 1. You can put between 0 and 1. Jawapan dia, because this question, the answer state should be between 0 and 1. So you can put the number between 0 and 1. So any answer, if the student unintentionally put number 2, number 3, number 4, and then we can custom error tag. Try again. Try again. And the answer will be the answer key. Okay. Okay. 0. I'm not sure the answer. I need to calculate. 37. Maybe we put it 0.1. The answer is incorrect. So I didn't take this one because maybe sometimes the student we give the answer in 2 decimal point or 3 decimal point or 4 decimal point. It depends on the lecturer if you want to deduct their mark or let's say for example the schema you put it as 4 decimal point but the student put it let's say for example 0.12. So are you going to give them full mark or half mark or I don't know. It depends on the lecturer. Depend on the teacher. So I put it 2 marks. Okay. So again, okay, I copy the question. So question B here, I copy the question. So the question is the answer should be between 0 and 1. Right? So the answer should be between 0 and 1. Right? So because of that, I click the 3 dot button here. I click the 3 button and I click response validation. Because you have the student not to give totally wrong answer. Right? So that they know that they need to calculate it and then they need to ensure that the value will be between 0 and 1. I click response validation, the number, right? Number greater than, okay, instead of using greater than, I put between 0 and 1. Custom tag, try again. Okay, let's say for example, the student put it number 4, number 5, and then the error text will pop up, not pop up, will appear, mention that try again. And then this is required question, and answer key is 2. Answer key, I put it, the correct answer 0.1211 again. Right. The mark all other answers incorrect, I don't take this one because if you put this one, all other answer will be incorrect. Okay, 2 question. Right? Okay. And the last question, let's say for example, the last question, right, so the last question, so maybe we want to know a true false question using multiple choice grid, right? So the last question will be multiple choice grid. This one first. Right. So we have section 2, all right? So now I want to create section number 3. And I proceed to section number 3. Okay. To create a new section, what you can do is this symbol. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 symbol, right? We click add section. Okay, add section. Question 3. We call it true false. True false question. True false question. Right. So the true false question. So what we want to do is to create a question. We have a list of description. In the end, we have a list of questions, a list of description. On the right hand side is true false, and true false. Right. What you can do, we can always go to this one, add question. Click add question. Right. Multiple choice, instead of using multiple choice grid. Okay. I click multiple choice grid. Okay. So the title of the question, maybe we put it as The question is, okay, for the following activities, state yes, okay, sorry, yes, no, yes. For the following activities, state if it is a task, a data mining task, or no, if not a data mining task. So on this row column, the row section here, we put at all the information. Let's say, for example, this one, I copy this one, I put it here. Okay. Monitoring seismic wave of earthquake for earthquake activities. Right? Number 2 is right? And have another one, predicting the future market. Here. And then one. I have 5 questions. And for the true false, I have 5 questions. Right? Okay. Right. And then the column one here, I put yes, no. Okay. Okay. And can I proceed? So this is the question. So I have, for example, a list of true false questions: monitoring seismic wave, assessing the frequency, predicting the future stock market, completing the total sale, and sorting a student database. So this is five questions. We want to determine whether these following activities, yes, if considered as data mining task, no, if it's not a data mining task. So yes, no. So this is a compulsory question, right? And then I put answer key, I click answer key. So this will be the format question, right? So this is the way we key in the data. This is the way that we key in the information. So this is the question. Monitoring seismic wave for virtual activity, yes, no. The correct answer is no. 2 marks. Right? Extracting the frequency of future of sound wave is not a mining task, is 2 marks. Predicting the future stock market, yes, 2 marks. Completing total sale of company, no, it's 2 marks. Sorting pun no. Yeah. Okay. And I clear it done. Okay. And then Google form quiz will automatically calculate the marks later on. If you're not believing in me, okay, atas ni. Okay, total mark is 16 already. Right, so we have 2 marks here. 2, 3, 4, 6, 16 So 60 marks. 60 marks for this question. Okay.
Izwan, yang kolom tu dia boleh diuruskan tak? Macam kita nak panjangkan soalan tu bagi nampak semua.
Oh, nak panjangkan. Tak boleh. Dia bila once kita dalam bila preview nanti, let's say we preview the question. Okay, this one is for previewing the question. If you preview the question, dia jadi macam so this is the way that the student will view the answer. Dia tak boleh panjang lah, dia akan jadi macam ni. Kalau kita masuk dalam, if we go to our mobile phone, dia akan jadi kecil macam tu. Unless you using job form. Kalau job form dia boleh panjang lah. Dia, jawapan dia macam ni lah. Dia tak boleh, dia tak memanjang lah, dia akan jadi ke bawah. Macam kita buat, same goes if we create a questionnaire, right? If we create a questionnaire, dia akan memanjang. Let's say for example you have from 5, scale 1 to scale 5, kan? 5. The wording will be here and the choices of number, limited scale tu on your right hand side. Macam ni lah format dia. The theory. Right?
Thank you.
Okay, I go back to the quiz. This one. Right. So I think for my quizzes, okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Ada 4, 3, 5. Several example of quizzes. Right, so this is several example of quizzes. Okay, so what we want to do next is, before I proceed to next section, any question on this? And all question comprise of all. Yes, the thing Dr. boleh. You can have question comprise of all short answers. I need to make sure that you click this one because you need to put later after manual review because Google form quiz cannot automatically grade it. Okay, it need to be human intervention to manually put the mark. Let's say for example you read it and okay, instead of giving the total mark is 5, after the lecturer or the teacher read it and you found that the answer only suitable to get 3.5. So you put it 3.5 because in order to do automatic essay grading, so we need to have another type of I think machine learning algorithm to identify that one. Okay, if we say later after menu, okay. If we use the later after menu for those answer multiple choice, it will automatically grading by the Google, and but it's not for every question that have the answer, menu will automatically grade by the Google. But for those for those questions consist of short answer, you need to manually grade it one by one. Okay, you need to put the mark one by one. For multiple choice, if the answer is given, the Google will automatically grade the answer. Save it. So I think we already complete the question. We have the email address, student name compulsory, student number is compulsory. This question is also compulsory. Have checked again. Okay, if we have this kind of symbol, if we have this symbol, that this is a compulsory question. So it means that the student cannot proceed to the next section or cannot submit the quiz if they didn't the answer. Right? They didn't put the answer. Right? So this one also compulsory. This one, make sure that you require a response in each row so that they won't miss any of the question. The same goes if you utilizing multiple choice grid as your Google form for your survey. So make sure you require a response in each row. So the respondent will answer every row. So they need to answer every row. Okay. Limit to one response per column. So now we didn't put this one because we are required for them to answer each row. Each row. Okay. We don't want to shuffle the row order. So it depends. If you want to shuffle the row order, should be no problem. You just shuffle it so that every student will have different arrangement of their question. Dia susun lain-lain lah. So monitoring first question, sorting second question, assessing question number 4 and so on. Okay. That's fine. Okay, I think I done with this. Have you complete your question? Can we proceed to how can we grade it? How can we share the question and how can we grade the question? Okay. Boleh? Can I proceed? Okay, I proceed. My boss is ran away already. Dia dah. My boss is still okay or dah broken? The line is still okay. Okay, the line is still okay, right? Okay, so next step, let's say for example, already complete and satisfied with all the question, all the setting and everything. What we need to do next is we want to share the question to our student. Okay, so now if you realize, okay, the form is still untitled form. No need to worry. If you put this, okay, this one already the title, right? So this is the title. If you put your cursor here, okay, it will automatically change. Right? So automatically change the title of the quiz based on the title of the quiz here. Automatically change. Right. Okay. So next. This button here, the customize theme. You can click the customize theme if you want to do some decoration on your questionnaire. On your quiz. Okay, I click this one. Right. So instead of using the purple color, I put it in green color or the orange color. It depends. Blue color. Right, the blue color. Right. And also, what you can do is you can change the header of the question. You can click this one, choose header. Header you can change it to, let's say for example, you put in sport, education, work and school, and then put some sort of this vaccine for COVID. Okay. Or you can also have your own image, should be no problem. You can upload your own image or your own photo. This is my own photo available. Yeah, it depends. The team that already there. Okay. So this is my 1 liter one piece for my student. Okay. So this is another way for you to do quiz using Google Form instead of using the quizzes that are available in online learning. So no problem. Okay. So how can we share this one? I already modified the color and everything. Right. Click this one, setting, presentation, right? Shuffle question no need to do. Quizzes.
Mr. Izwan, sebelum kita share, kita nak preview boleh tak?
Oh, boleh. Okay, sorry, I missed that one. Okay, thank you. Okay, we can always preview the question. Okay, dekat button ni. Ada mata ni kan? The I button here. Click preview. Okay, click preview. Okay, this is the question. Email address, student name, student matric number. Okay, question number 1. Okay, next. Next. If you click next, you cannot proceed. Try to put some dummy data over here. Okay. Must be a valid email. This is the question. Right? Table 1, exhibit, everything. So Not sure. Let's say for example this question I put it 4. Okay, try again. Right? This is the correct question. Let's say for example you put it as 2.0. You cannot proceed. Okay, because we already put the what do you call it, fiction to control the question. So if you put 0.2, then you can proceed. There should be no problem. So means that we limit the question. Let's say for example you have this question, for example, short answer question. You require your student to at least have 100. At least to have 15 words in that question. So you can do that. Okay, going back to that example again. Say I click snap. Right. So this is the another example. Okay, so this is the view. This one. Don't need to submit because this is only the preview button. We just preview that. I just go back and go back to the question. This is the thing that I mentioned earlier. Let's say for example this one, variable set class consists of this one. Okay, instead of I put the 3 button response validation. Okay, I put here text content or length. Okay, I put the length. Okay, you can choose the description over here, number, text, length. If I put length, okay, maximum character count. Okay, at least the student need to answer 15 character in order for the student to submit the question. You can control that one. Boleh tak? So this is the way how you can control how your student answer the question. So means that if they put, I don't know, I tak cukup lah, 15. So you need to have more than 15 maximum, maximum character. So maximum, you need to have, minimum 15. Right? So means at least they need to have 15 words before they submit the question. Okay. Right? Can we set the time and date? Okay, later on I will share how to set the time and the date. But you can do that using UMOL. You can do that using UMOL. You can post the question in your OL and put the date. Right? But we have a look how Google offer you on to do this control button for time and date. Can we ask the student to take a picture of their work and upload to the Google form? Yes. Okay, let's say for example you ask the student, okay, let's say for example this question is required the student to calculate, right? Right, to calculate the answer. This question requires the student to calculate the answer. So you're requesting them to at least to show the handwriting of how they calculate the mean squared normalization function here. So what you can do, this button, alright, okay, add another question, right? Under the B column here, okay, file upload. Okay, but in order for you to utilizing this upload function, okay, the student need to have Google form. Need to have the Google address, email address. See, so let me see. Please upload your information. Allow only specified time. Let's say for example you ask them to can only upload their image only, or they can only upload their document only. So it depends on how you specify student can answer the question. Let's say for example this one, maybe they calculate it using a blank paper. they write the way they calculate mean time normalization and snap it and upload the file using image. Then you can do that. Okay. Ada yang jawab ke? Okay, right. Okay. So I am answering that one. Should be. I think that the way how you can ask the student to upload their task. They can upload their task. So another question. Require. Okay. Compulsory for them to. So they answer key because it will reflect. Or later make sure if they put if they just answer the question only get 2 marks. If they show how they do that, so another 1 mark. Sorry. Another 1 mark. Okay. Okay kan? Sudah 17 ni. Okay. The question. So done. Okay, I'm done with that. So the total marks will be 17. Okay, total mark will be 17. 17 over 17. Total mark. Okay. How can we limit the number? Limit the time of the let's say for example you want to open the question starting from today until the day after tomorrow. Tomorrow, let's say for example sebelum buka puasa esok. Let's say for example before 7:30 tomorrow evening. What you can do, unfortunately Google Form don't have that capability. Okay, Google Form don't have the capability or the function to do that, to control the time. What you can do is, okay, we can add on certain function. Okay, you can go here, the 3 button here, click add on. Okay, click add on. Nama dia apa? Buat dia form limiter. And search form limiter. FORM limiter. Okay, form limiter. Okay, and install this function. Install this what do you call it, as on. How to install this? Click this one. Click this button. Click this as on. And it will automatically click install. So I'm already okay. I click the 3 button. Click the 3 button as on. Okay, and then I click form limiter. Right. Okay, and click this button. I click the form limiter, install. Continue. Right. Form limiter. Okay. Okay. And then this form limiter will automatically pop up within your Google Form tadi tu. Within your Google Form ni, they have a new function, form limiter. So what you can do is, select date, time, number of form. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, you can select date, time, or number of form response. Let's say for example, you know that your class consists only 20 students. So number of form response should be only 20. So you put. So if more than, let's say, there are 21 respondents, so the 21, the extra one will be, they cannot submit the form. Alright? I don't control this one, I control this one. Okay, limit time, limit time, date time, click date time. Okay, when stop accepting form response when the due date is set on tomorrow 24, select time 7 PM. Also to do. Okay. Save and enable. Means that, let's say for example, maybe after 2 PM today, you're going to post this question to your student, right? The question will available to them starting 2 PM until 7:35 tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening. Okay, so that's the way how can we limit, control the Google Form. Form nama dia form limiter. Form limiter. Macam mana nak buat form limiter? Okay, 3 button. Okay, go to 3 button here. Go to 3 button as on. Right, 3 button as on. Search for limiter nama dia. Form limiter. Limit dia 20 minit. Okay, so okay, form limiter and install it. Click form limiter picture. I already installed this one and you can always click. Automatically it will pop up and then appear on your quizzes here. Or you can put it here as on form limiter. Okay, there it is. On form limiter, FORM limiter. So this one first. Okay, I think one. Okay, I click install. Continue. Okay. And allow. Okay. Panggillah form limiter tu sebelah kanan ni. Okay, kita boleh select date and time. Let's say for example you want to limit it only 20 minutes. Right? If you want to limit it 20 minutes, so today is 23rd of April again. Let's say the due date, let's say for example you want to submit the question, you want to share the question to your student at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So the due date will be, the due time 30 minutes, 30 minutes. So you can set that 30 minutes. I don't know what happened to my form limiter. I suppose, okay, set this one. Save enable. Okay. Every time if you want to revoke, to call the form limiter, what you can do is go to this jigsaw puzzle. So this puzzle is on here. Click this one. Panggil dia. Klik dia ni form limiter. Suppose dia akan trigger kat sini, tapi hari ni dia tak trigger. Dia trigger. Kenapa dia tak trigger lagi? Okay, suppose it will trigger automatically, right? Pasti they can continue at another time. Cannot. If they halfway and the internet connection is down, So they need to do it again lah. Okay, let's submit it because we already almost 11:30, right? Okay, when we send it, and always send it to the student, click send, right? Okay, and then what you can do, so this one, the link. If the link is too long, and you can shorten the URL, click this button, shorten URL. Okay, this one, simpang shorten form.gre. Then you can copy this you can copy this link and put it on your online learning, or you can put it on your Telegram group or Telegram channel or WhatsApp group. Right? You can always copy this one. I share this one, for example, I copy this one and I put it in our group. Okay.
Dr. Izwan boleh ulang balik tak macam mana nak send form tu?
Nak send lah. Okay.
Tak macam mana? Ya.
Okay, this button atas ni, the top button on your right hand side here, ada jigsaw puzzle, ada alert color tu, yang ni ada mata, ada eye, yang ni ada setting, ada send. Klik send. Okay, klik button send, dia tak send lagi lah. Dia send. Dia akan tanya nak send melalui apa? Email. Kalau kita, if we know our student satu-satu, kita email lah satu-satu. Macam saya nak hantar dekat tak tahu nama. Tak ingat kan? Okay, kalau kita ada list of name tu, kita boleh guna email. Use your email address. Okay, if you want to choose this one, should be no problem. Okay, this button ni, attachment ni. Okay, click the link kan. This one, click link here. Link ni panjang. Boleh juga nak guna. We prefer the short one. Panjang ke pendek ke still. Kita susah nak ingat kan dia punya belakang ni. Sebab dia punya ni unique number. Susah nak remember. So you just copy this one. Ni copy. Right? And then I put it, let's say I have my Telegram group with my student. Telegram saya tak trigger. Okay, connect dulu. Okay. Copy this one and put it here. Mana mak hang? Okay. Okay, suppose the phone. Yeah.
Betul Izwan.
Yeah.
After we put the link in our online learning, can we set the time on online learning and on Google Form?
Yes, you can put it on a link.
Let's say for an hour.
Boleh. You can limit the time in Google in your online learning. But what happen is that still your student can open the link. If they copy the link and put it somewhere else, kalau saya copy link tu,
Okay.
The link we put it on OL, right? And then within the OL, we limit the time until esok tengah hari, afternoon, tomorrow afternoon. And then, but if the student copy the link, put OS, kemudian dia copy link tu, dia buka pada waktu lain pun boleh juga. Dia boleh.
But under online learning is already the time is already expired, so they cannot submit anymore. Using online learning.
Yeah, kalau if you use OL quizzes function, should be no problem. Boleh control. Ya, kalau guna UM quiz macam kecil, kalau guna UM quiz memang boleh control. Tapi kalau guna Google Form, if you use Google Form, sebab kalau student tu copy link tu, dia letak kat tempat lain, dia boleh copy lah, dia boleh buat pada bila masa yang lain lah. Unless kita control guna form limiter tadi.
Okay, dia jawab waktu lain. Tapi di dalam online learning tu sendiri kita dah limit time. Maksudnya bila dia over the time limit, they cannot submit it anymore.
Boleh saya rasa. Tapi saya tak. Tapi my main concern is
student tu, let's say kita bagi half an hour. dia jawab dalam masa 1 jam. Okay. And then dia tak boleh submit lagi lah sebab walaupun dia submit, dia dah overdue daripada half an hour tu. Boleh tak macam tu?
Using kalau guna Google Form saya tak pasti, macam tak boleh. Unless you guna form. Kalau guna online quiz, UEM online quiz, dalam online quiz tu, yang dalam OL kita tu, dia boleh control.
Okay.
Semuanya yang tu, we going to do that bengkel maybe next week, maybe how to use quiz function in OL.
Alright, thank you.
Yang tu boleh. Okay. So let's have a look. What will be let's say for example we already pose the question to the student, and the student answer that. Okay, let's say for example I answering the question. Alright, say answer question. Ini kita letak number ni. Okay, but now it's 5. I just put any 5.
Ada lagi.
Okay. And next. Okay, and submit. Okay. Submit all the question. Okay, that say the student already submit the question. If I check my Gmail, okay, let's say I become the student. So the student I didn't receive any of the email yet. Okay. Mentioning about the quiz, student tak dapat result lagi lah. Okay, no result from the lecturer yet. Okay, so what happened is the lecturer can go to responses. He go to responses. Instead of go to summary, you can go to individual. Right? Okay. Individual. Okay, go to number 3. Because this is individual number 3. Student name. Izwan. Go to this one. Okay. Ada orang dah jawab. Okay. It is my answer. Okay, Izwan. Okay. Student name no need to put mark. No need to put mark. Okay, this one here again. Okay, this one already given mark. Given automatically mark given by the Google to mark because the answer is correct. Then the student boleh tengok lah kalau dia, if want to have a look. Okay, lumpur ni kat mana kan? Kita tengok video. Okay, kita tengok lah. Right? And then question number 2. Okay. But this question, because this is the apa tu? Short answer question. Okay, kalau let's say for example the student answer remove missing, it's not complete kan? So you can always put mark here. Jawapan dia 1/2 sajalah. Okay, out of 2 you can only get 1 ataupun you can put 1.5. Boleh juga. Right? Okay. Kemudian kita range lagi. Okay, the answer is 0.12. Student put it wrong 0.2. You can, I don't know, if you want to put 0, put 0 lah. Tak ada markah kan? Oh, kalau sini please include, dia dah letak gambar, kita put 1 mark. Okay. Okay, this one, okay, dia automatic calculate. The same correct 2 mark, wrong, correct kan? Okay. Sama kenapa dia? Ini correct answer. And I save. Okay, when I save file, yeah, when kita save this file, always read. Okay. sorry. Okay, so mana dia? Right, okay, let's say we put it here. See? Right, and then you can put it, really suppose you can release the question lah, you can release the answer. Kenapa tak boleh release? Suppose you can always have a button here, you can always release the question, release the answer. Later after menu edit ni, you can always release the answer. Tak keluar pula. Sorry, mine is not working. Tak jadi. Okay, respond. Suppose we have one button here. One button here, you can always click the button for release score. Okay, you can always release the score, but I'm not sure what happened to mine. The release function, dia tak ada release. It's supposed to be one button here. Release score. I'm not sure what happened. Suppose jawapan dekat sini lah. So kenapa dia tak? So dia ada satu button je, release answer, release mark. Ada kat sini release mark. Okay. So that's the way how can we do the Google Form quiz using Google Form. Alright. I share you another example. Okay. Okay, yang marks here tadi, because even though they put it wrong, even though they put the student letak markah salah kan, the correct answer is this one, because setting here, kita tengok balik setting. Okay, in the question setting, for this one, for setting for this one, for the answer key, apa-apa answer pun boleh. So we just take mark all other answer incorrect. In that, apa-apa answer pun boleh tidak lah. This is what lecturer can always put bila sama markah untuk the student. Okay. This example, the question is, walaupun one markah dia okay, saya dah mute. Okay, the question from Dr. Izwan. Dr. Izwan asking the question. Dan saya kena share balik. Sharing the slide balik. Okay, so the question is, walaupun jawapan dia salah, contoh untuk student requirement, Google automatic bagi markah kan, walaupun okay, Google not given the mark, sebab this question require lecturer to vetting the question. Ini kita kena bagi markah lah. Jadi apa dia buat, the correct answer for example 0.1211, the student put 0.12. It depend on the lecturer whether you want to put it full mark or satu markah sahaja. Maksudnya Google Form have the capability, instead of automatically grading the mark automatically, right? Kita, the lecturer, if the question tu macam question yang semi-essay ataupun semi-structured question, kita boleh baca dulu. You can read the answer script first and then put the suitable mark for that. Okay. Right. Okay. Next is paper. I'm not sure. It's supposed to be, we have one button here, release mark. When you click release mark, and then the student can see the mark. but it's not working for mine now. Okay, so the last feature, I think we don't have enough time. I will share you one example. I will share in the slide how can we automatically give cert to the student. So, but before that, okay. So let's say for example we already complete the quizzes and then we want to consider this as our blended learning calculation 832 kan. 8 for resources, 3 for activity, 2 for assessment. Right. So what you can do, can go to portal, UEM portal. This is the last section. Right. So what can I do? You can go to our online portal, go to online learning. You go to our online learning session, the current session. Right. Let's say this semester I'm teaching e-business. Right. I'm teaching e-business for my MBA student. Right. Okay, then what I want to do is to put it at the end of, maybe I put it here, assessment punya assessment info. I enable everything, turn editing on. I click turn editing on. Okay, right. So I want to put it here, assessment folder. Right. I click add an activity or resource. Right. Instead of using assignment or chat button here, I go to URL, this URL, right? So before that, just to show you, okay, the blended status now. Okay, my blended status for e-business is, e-business assessment is 3/2. Okay, 3/2, right? Okay, so I go to assessment and activity URL at. Okay, I declare it name assessment 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 quiz 5 quiz 1 for example, and then I just copy the URL. Okay, copy URL setting same. Okay, copy this URL, copy this one, and then I put it here. Quiz 1. Introduction. Section 2, this one. And okay, make sure you put the name here. You start with assessment, right? So that the model will calculate this as your assessment. Okay, assessment. Make sure you write it correctly, assessment, right? And then I save and display. Right. So this one another assessment for my student. This one. Okay, so yeah, we have another one. Quiz number 1. So what happened in my blended status now? Previously it was 3 again. It was 3. I refresh this one. Now it will be over 2. You just put it as a URL assessment. Now the assessment will become another assessment. So yeah, that's the trick. You can trick lah. We believe in our lecturer. You're going to do it correctly, right? Okay. Right. Okay. Any more question before we stop, because we already limit the time. Okay. Within this slide, Okay, within this slide, I share. Okay, this slide. Okay. Suppose I want to show this how to do the certification, but it's almost time. Not to worry because I put some resources here. Okay, the first one is how to do the Google Form quiz. Another one here is 6-way quizzes. Google Form are getting smarter. Here, I'm going to put another one, how to do the form limiter and also how to do the certified. Automatically do the certified using Google Form because it's quite technical, a little bit technical to do that. Okay, so any more questions before we, any more questions? Okay, to what extent Google Form is better than Quizzy or Socrates? Which one preferred by the student? Okay. There are no, I'm using Google facility because not only using the Google Form, I also using my Google Drive for my students, right? So it depends on how you want to assess your student. Socrates also good, Quizzy also good. Okay, so the reason why I'm using Google Form because of this thing. Okay, I'll share you one example. Okay, so for one last example. Okay, so this is how I'm using my Google in my classroom. So because Google Doc offer you a capability to real-time annotation and real-time collaboration. So what happened in my classroom is I put some tasks. Okay, let's say for example last week, so last 2 weeks we have classes. We have class on 11th of April, 2-hour class. So I give my student a box. So this document can be accessed for all my students. This document can be accessed to all my students. Each of them will have their own box, and at the same time, they can always answer my question here. And it's a live document, so they can always key in while teaching, and everyone can answer. Can have a look at how their friend answer the question. So this live document. So every time I'm using is my classroom, so everything is here. So they can always have a look, and then this in my UMOL. So what you can do is this can consider as activity. So what you can do, you can just go to the link, copy the link, declare as activity in URL. So that will count it as your another activity for your Google for your online learning blended setup. Okay. Okay. So any more questions? Actually, Dr. Ratna, there are no right or wrong question. I'm preferring Google Doc, Google Form because I'm utilizing every Google facilities in my teaching and learning. But I also using Socrates. Yeah, Quizzy and not familiar. Okay. I'm going to share all the resources and also the slide already shared. Okay, I'm going to share all the resources and also the video later on so that you can always, because there are a lot of resources for you to do Google Form. And then the interesting part is
Izwan.
Yeah.
How do we capitalize this one? The one that you're showing. Ni, yang sekarang ni. Macam mana nak create this one?
Nak create this one? Yang ni Google Doc data.
Okay, alright.
Okay. So, what you can do is go to Drive. Okay. Okay, tadi yang kita belajar adalah Google Form. Okay, let's say for example you want to Google, you can go to googledrive.google.com, click new, Google Doc. Tadi kita buat Google Form kan? Channel Google Doc. So Google Doc pun sama konsep dia. So this is your Google document. So maybe what you can put here is this group discussion, class discussion 1, or discussion week after COVID, for example. One, okay. Right. So what you can do, okay, this is the document. You can share with your student, and then create shareable link. Make sure you put it can edit. And then share this link to all your students, and they can automatically go to the document and edit the document, right? And then this can consider as one of your blended learning activity form, blended learning for activity. But we encourage to the lecturer to use a forum, UEM online quiz, and many more in the features in the UMOL. This is another an alternative way for you to do assessment or activity in your classroom. Let's say you have difficulty in accessing the UMOL, so this is another way to do the classroom Google discussion, classroom discussion. Okay, I think that's all for today. Right. Thank you so much. If you get any more questions, I might miss several of your questions over here. Sebab dia nak tengok to screen kan. Okay. We're going to share the video later on. Right. So next week we are going to have another 3 interesting session, which is we are going to discuss about. We have Dr. Farah to discuss about Mentimeter. I'm not sure. Dr. Farah, Dr. Noor. And we have another four sessions next week. 3 is about activity and assessment, and also we have new. And so yeah, we have five training next week, and then we are looking forward to have another training a week after that, related to utilizing UEMOL features, which is including assessment, quizzes, and also assignment. Alternative and assignment. So we're looking forward to do that in our next training for the lecturer and for the lecturer. Yeah. I think that's all for today.